Teacher evaluation policy. Studies have suggested that teacher quality is among the most important factors in a child's education, and that teacher quality varies widely. There has been controversy over the fact that evaluations are now requiring half of a teacher's ranking to be based upon value-added modeling, meaning that test scores will be used to measure how far students come in the course of a year. Districts, for instance, aren't allowed to use seniority anymore when considering whom to cut during layoffs. Instead, the decisions have been made based upon how well teachers perform on their evaluations. The same goes for pay increases. This all represents a broader shift in philosophy, placing a greater focus on measurable results and less on the number of years or advanced degrees a teacher has accumulated. The other half is based upon classroom observations by principals and other administrators. The new model's proponents insist that their goal is not simply to fire more teachers, but to provide them with meaningful feedback about their classroom methods, something that they argue has been lacking in many schools. Teachers will be required to receive strong performance reviews through the evaluation system the state approved last year and which is currently under development. Teachers who receive the highest marks can receive the accelerated tenure. The law will also make it easier for these teachers to transfer their tenure status to a new district if they move. On the flip side, the law makes it easier to remove an educator from the classroom for continuously poor performance. Studies have shown that former evaluation systems in Illinois didn't accurately measure how teachers were doing or identify their strengths and areas for growth. It didn't connect student growth with teacher performance. Policy makers felt that evaluating teachers based on their students' performance will lead to the removal of underperforming educators and an improvement in the overall quality of the teacher workforce. Furthermore, there's growing evidence that effective evaluation systems may prompt all teachers to improve. With more effective evaluation systems, there's potential to offer teachers a clearer picture of what's going on in their classroom. The system provides teachers with an opportunity to self-reflect on their practice as well as to receive constructive feedback. The new classroom evaluation will also give them a chance to improve their professional growth or master their craft. The new classroom evaluation system has been adapted from Charlotte Danielson's Framework for Professional Practice, which is widely used in school districts across the nation. This system includes 4 broad domains of practice covering instructional planning, classroom management, instructional interactions, and professional responsibilities. Each domain sets a set of rubrics delineating specific teacher behaviors. Her system emphasizes on promoting student learning and explaining what teachers should know and do. The system incorporates lesson plans and student work as evidence to support various ratings and also considers cultural and developmental issues that can affect teaching. State law requires school districts in Illinois to create and implement performance evaluation systems to measure teacher skills while factoring in student academic growth. Over the next 3 years, district administrators and teacher union representatives will continue to work together to develop the most effective measures that will be beneficial to all students. Currently, there are 4 categories to rate teachers, which are excellent, proficient, needs improvement, and unsatisfactory. The ultimate mission of the teacher evaluation policy is to improve student learning. It was designed to contribute to the school district's pursuit of excellence in education. Ultimately, the goal of the evaluation reform is to ensure that every student in Illinois has an outstanding teacher. The evaluation system provides specific and reasonable plans for improvement of teacher performance if improvement is necessary. The evaluations will be performed by any evaluator who has successfully completed training and any necessary pre-qualifications. Only tenured teachers receiving excellent or proficient ratings will be evaluated every other year. Everyone else is subject to annual evaluations. In addition to researching a lot of articles, I had the pleasure to interview a fairly new teacher considered to be a stakeholder to gain her perspective on the teacher evaluation policy. I interviewed Jamila Abdur-Rahman, who is an English teacher at Urban Prep High School, an all-male school in Chicago. She has been teaching there for the past 3 years. When asked what was her view on the new teacher evaluation policy, she stated that the policy was appropriate and needed to be in place. She felt that there were teachers who have not been held accountable for their students' achievement and thought this was a large part of the reason why the policy was recently reformed. She stated that there have been underqualified teachers who were teaching students and didn't have their best interests in mind. I also asked her what was her view on being evaluated. She replied that she had been evaluated twice and received distinguished and proficient ratings. She also added that as her teaching experience increases, she is confident that her performance evaluations will improve as well. In her words, there's always room for improvement. When asked did she think that teacher quality was linked to student achievement, her response was definitely. A teacher should have the tools and resources necessary to ensure that content is relevant. Students will only learn if they can connect to the material and their environment. As we can see, Ms. Abdur-Rahman is a supporter of the teacher evaluation policy. However, there are some critics who don't see eye to eye with this policy and think it's unfair. Some teachers feel that their job shouldn't be on the line for dismissal based upon student scores. There are teachers that feel that some circumstances are just simply out of their control. Karen Lewis, who is the president of the Chicago Teachers Union, has claimed all along that the evaluation system is deeply flawed. She said in a statement, teachers don't like the REACH testing, which stands for Recognizing Educators Advancing Chicago Students, as being part of their evaluations, not because that they don't think that student outcomes are unimportant, but because they think that these tests do not indicate how teachers are contributing to learning. Teachers feel that the test is just a snapshot, but the classroom observation is still the best way to go. The Chicago Teachers Union, which negotiated some of the evaluation system's terms during the Chicago Teachers strike in 2012, is also worried about the concerns of special education and bilingual teachers. The Chicago Public Schools CEO, Barbara Byrd Bennett, said that the new teacher evaluation system, which was at the heart of the negotiations during the Chicago teacher strike in 2012, has worked better than expected when she released initial results to teachers. REACH, the new teacher measuring tool, was designed to support teachers in their growth. Barbara Byrd Bennett claims that the system provides teachers with pinpoint areas of improvement and strengths so that teachers can really capitalize on what their strengths are and focus on their professional development growth. REACH, the new teacher measuring tool, was designed to support teachers in their growth. Barbara Byrd Bennett claims that the teacher system tool provides them with pinpoint areas of improvement and strength so that teachers can really capitalize on what their strengths are and focus on professional development growth opportunities district-wide. Based upon the survey that I conducted on the new teacher evaluation policy, the majority of the participants felt that the teacher evaluation policy was critical when it came to the overall success of students in the classroom. They felt that teachers should be held accountable for their students' success. The survey conducted also showed that there was a direct link between how well parents and administration are involved in promoting student success. Research has shown that the difference between being taught by a good and a bad teacher can translate into a full grade level of achievement in a single school year. Some research also shows that low-income and minority students are disproportionately taught by underqualified teachers, including teachers who were out of the field and inexperienced. Research also assessed the relationship between teacher evaluation scores, experience, and overall classroom mean achievement. The analyses revealed that students from poor, minority, and low achieving backgrounds had significantly higher access to teachers of low quality. Researchers assert that the new teacher evaluation policy is critical and that providing more experienced teachers in low-income schools could serve as a useful strategy for closing the achievement gap.